Peace. I'm alive, victorious.
I'm true, universal.
I'm Syncear.
And this is When the Gods Build. And when the gods unify to build intellectually for one common cause.
We show the world manhood
And brotherhood.
To achieve godhood. Peace to the gods.
Peace
man.
to God.
Yeah, man. Episode 4. What's happening, man?
All is well,
Yeah.
man.
Rolling, bro.
Another beautiful day.
Hell yeah,
I
man.
got that nice sweatshirt on over there. I
you
like
see,
that.
You know, got a rep, you feel what I'm saying?
like
you know
that.
how I go, man.
Navy
I
blue.
rock that joint,
Both of
yeah.
y'all got on navy blue. Navy blue is a nice color.
Yeah.
That.
Man, that's crazy.
My eyes is tinted right now.
I see. Right on your face right there. It look nice.
Oh, these some Cozels. I had picked them up when I was in Japan during COVID.
You know you like to stunt, you know what I'm saying?
Little minor things, little things.
Yeah, I see the piece. You like the joints with the joints and go across the nose.
I like gold, man. I just like the color gold, like the gold and black combo. I mean, you see, you got your joints on.
You got a nice fade in them too.
Yeah.
Like a nice fade.
Smooth. Yeah. Make it look smooth, man.
Hey, man.
Off your Isaac Hayes, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all got the watches on.
Yeah, you know.
Italian twine, Portsmouth represents.
I was about to say that too, man. Your rings hitting off. Like,
yeah.
Appreciate it,
like
man, you know?
I seen. I was like, yeah, y'all got the rings. I got to give me one now, bro. Especially the green joint. The green joint fire.
Yeah,
That joint tough.
Got the green shirt, got the green ring. You know, he just
corduroy boy right now.
the Green Lanterner day.
Hey, y'all, you should know that book. It used to be this book. When I was in elementary school, Accelerator Reader. Y'all had that, right?
I had to take that test every Friday.
It was this book series with
You
the
read
with
enough
the
of them
bear.
joints, you get a free pizza and all
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
From Pizza Hut.
Yeah. The personal pan.
Bro,
Yeah.
I used to be killing them Jones every week on the computer. Let me get that.
Yeah.
Busting them tests out. But it was this one book. It was the bear. He used to have a corduroy outfit on. I don't remember what the name of that joint
Corduroy.
is. It was corduroy something though.
No, it was just corduroy.
It was just corduroy?
Yeah, that's it. I read them books too.
I gotta look it up. But you know what I'm talking about. You read them joints?
Nah, I ain't read them joints,
There
no.
was really only like 3 or 4 bears that were prominent growing up. You had Corduroy,
Paddington
Paddington, Little Bear, but that was a show.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Bernstein
that's why I said the bear stand.
Bernstein
Yeah.
Bears for sure. And Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Winnie the Pooh.
Facts.
So yeah,
Probably Smokey the Bear, Yogi Bear. Yeah, but nah.
we let them down. Well, I ain't never did no forest fire or nothing like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm thinking of the dog. I'm thinking of Dare Dog.
Oh,
we let him down.
Smokey, they was like
generation let him
70s,
down.
80s too. I ain't really do much Smokey the Bear or Winnie the Pooh. But Paddington Bear, that was my man.
Corduroy was my guy.
Yeah, that joint sweet too.
Hell yeah, man. So today's topic, man, because the devil taught him how to eat the wrong foods. Man,
Foods.
what is the wrong foods?
What is the wrong foods?
I mean, we know culturally, but like, you know, from y'all's perspective.
Foods, we can take this in the mental aspect. We could take this in the physical, emotional, emotional, spiritual. We can take this in so many directions. But, start from the ground. We'll just go physical. Wrong foods physically. And this is subjective. Like the wrong foods, like now that I've gotten like more astute with my knowledge of like what food is, I look at the wrong foods as anything that's not conducive to your physical body.
Facts.
Because like what may be good for y'all, like what y'all may be able to eat, I may not be able to eat. So it's the wrong food to me, but it don't necessarily mean it's the wrong food for y'all. And I was even having that conversation with my mom today too, because she was talking with a friend of hers, and they was talking about like eating right for your blood type. And I was like, I got that book in the house, got it in the library. And she was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah. I was just like, like you want to come read it, come grab it. But she has like some charts. So I was like, oh, I mean, that's good enough.
Yeah,
just something simple.
Chart man. This is chart man, right? It's got a chart for everything.
Yeah, facts.
Literally.
Seen that charts and lit up. He's like, yup.
Sweater lit up. That's funny.
So she just got a chart, and because she's been saying that she's been trying to eat better, and I applaud her for that too, because when I was younger with my knowledge, like I came real aggressive, about like, oh, don't eat this, don't eat that, but it's like I'm still young and I got all this fiery passion in me, But it's like now I'm just a little bit more chill, more laid back. And, you know, so she was just telling me about this stuff. And I was just like, that's good. You know, she's just like, I'm just trying to, you know, eat better for myself. You know, my mom was born in 72. So I'm not about to do the math on that. But, yeah, it was just, you know, it was just very interesting that she was taking that initiative for herself. And, you know, I was proud of her for that. And so yeah, like the wrong foods is like whatever doesn't align with your body. Like if and again, this becomes where you have to be a student to yourself. And so like if you eat something and then next thing you know, you got pimples coming on your face, or now you're all congested and mucousy, or you know your knee and got inflamed, it might be in your best best bet to not eat that or drink that. So, you know, that's what I look at the wrong foods physically.
Yeah.
I see the wrong foods. I see it that way as well. And to add on, I also see it mentally, physically, and emotionally. It's wrong foods. Food is nourishment. Right. That's what food is.
Right. That's the intention, the purpose.
That's the intention. So food, by being nourishment, something nourishing your mental, nourishing your physical and your spiritual, those are all foods. But it also things that you could be doing or practices that you could have that could take away from, that could dry it up or bring destruction to those areas.
Right.
So the wrong foods could be being around the wrong people could be the wrong foods.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Right. They bring your energy down. You know what I'm saying?
Energy vampires.
Energy vampires, or they bring out the worst in you, so to speak. You know, people that bring out the worst in you could be the wrong foods. People that bring out the best in you could be better food for you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, again, no one's perfect, so everybody's going to be pros and cons to both sides. But, you know, that could be an example of food. Your thoughts are food.
Oh, yeah.
Each thought is like one thought could be a carrot. One thought could be a bag of chips. Another thought could be a donut. You know what I'm saying? Another thought could be a piece of bacon, where the thoughts themselves have frequency in their foods. Right. And so sometimes working on eliminating those thoughts or changing the frequency of those thoughts is forms of food.
Right.
Emotional food, the things that make you feel a certain type of way, taking inventory of that. This makes me feel this way. This makes me feel that way. You know, when I'm feeling that way, what am I prone to doing in those times?
Right.
Am I prone to doing destructive things when I'm feeling like that? Or am I prone to doing more conducive things to my well-being when I'm feeling like that?
Right.
All of that's food. You know what I'm saying? Because it brings about degrees of your elevation or your detriment.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. I agree with that. Any type of food is something you consume. So anything that you consume mentally or physically, the wrong food would be anything that's not conducive to your cipher. You know, that's not being constructive to you, in any shape, form, or fashion. And that's not necessarily to say you gotta watch everything that's gonna be building on self. Sometimes you may need some entertainment. Sometimes you may need some leisure time. But it's all about if it goes according to you, and if you're doing it in a healthy manner. You know what I'm saying? So with that being established, like, do you think food nowadays, especially being in this society, do you think it's being weaponized against us?
I think so. I think food is weaponized in various ways. So, like to go back into like the mental space, when you have people consuming too much drama or too much horror, genres of content, like it can make people paranoid. It can make people susceptible of being manipulated or taken advantage of because they're putting like low frequency, low vibrational thoughts and images into their brain, and those downloads are now manifesting themselves physically. And so when people are not aware that they're programming themselves with these images and these narratives that aren't necessarily true or happening in their immediate cipher, not to say that these things don't happen, because they do happen, but if they're not immediately happening to you, you're somewhat bringing that onto yourself because now with technology, everything that you watch, everything that you say, you eat, you do, an algorithm is listening.
Facts.
And it is program and is literally being tailor made to fit to what you do and say. And so if you're not aware of that thing, you could actually be feeding yourself the wrong food unknowingly, and you're bringing about your own detriment
through the algorithm.
Yeah, because it's tailor made to fit. It's it's literally like it's like you go to a tailor, for a suit, and it's just like, all right, cool, your measurement is 32, 36, 45. Just like, all right, yeah, I got you. It's literally fitting you perfectly.
Yeah.
That made me think about that movie. You ever seen the movie The Tuxedo? Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It made me think about that.
A minute since I seen
Smart suit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Or even what was that Disney movie with Tyra Banks, Smart House?
No, you talk about that was Super Size Me or something like.
No, he said Tyra Banks.
Yeah, that joint was like.
She was in that Smart
It
House.
won't Smart House.
No, it won't
It
Smart
was like
House.
Some Size Me because she was a doll.
I'm thinking of Smart House, but it was some other actress.
And I
But
said Super Size Me. That's the McDonald's joint.
Yeah.
But I know what you talk about though.
Yeah, we in the ballpark.
Yeah.
But yeah, like all these this programming is all code. So it's just made to fit however you do things. So it's like be mindful of like what you say and what you do, because it's like if that's not who you want to be, then again you have to figure out what it is that you're eating so as not to bring about your own detriment, harm, and destruction.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah. Food is definitely is it weaponized? Yes. I mean, just like anything is weaponized. It's a pro and con to everything. I think, like when we talk about physical foods, food is first introduced to you as a baby. First food you get is that milk, whether it's Similac or breast milk. See now, right there, and it is a baby. You either getting conditioned on real milk, the tit, or the powder.
Right.
Now, right there, let's say you get conditioned off the powder. You're already being conditioned off of artificiality.
Yeah.
Facts.
And you're being conditioned off artificiality in relationship to your mother.
Yeah.
So now you're getting a subconscious programming association of fakeness with the mother. Or fakeness with food, but also tying it to the mother. So when it comes to food, it's like, what is real food? I guarantee you go ask somebody that's like 13, 14 right now, like ask them what's food, and just sit back and listen to the answers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that bag of Takis, is that food? You know what I'm saying? So it's physical foods are definitely being weaponized to the point where a person now can't even distinguish between real food or fake food. They just think it's all food.
Right, because even when we think of that, right, like, what is the one organization in America that not polices food, but monitors food and food labels and things like that?
FDA?
FDA,
Yeah,
Federal Drug Administration.
Food and Drug Administration. Why is food and drugs being administered by the same people?
And then you got the USDA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's like those are two distinct and separate things, yet they're all being housed and monitored by one organization.
Right.
So it's like when you have food and drugs mixed, yeah, they can definitely be weaponized.
Definitely. And when you even look deeper at food in and of itself, so what's a drug? You know what I'm saying? Because so my understanding of a drug, just objectively, a drug is something that is altering the chemistry within you. Yeah. And food does that, because food is a chemistry. When you put, you know what I'm saying? You know that food that give you that itis?
Oh yeah.
It was a chemistry change within you that made you get sleepy.
The mashed potatoes.
You know what I'm saying? Yup, mashed potatoes or anything. For me, it could be the sweet potato. Anything that's heavy like that will do it for me.
Oh, slump you down.
Yeah, slump me down. That's why I don't like no heavy foods like that.
That or boredom.
That and boredom.
Boredom
Boy,
is
that's
his
a
food.
terrible food. I hate boredom. I hate that food. Makes me sleepy. Like when y'all came over and I made that, I ate too much that day.
Yeah, the room medley. Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That was a good dish.
It was good.
Hey, that was bomb, man.
That
You
joint
need
was
to
fire.
you need to put that recipe out, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That joint was fire. I ain't
Take
gonna hold
the credit
you,
for
man.
that one, man.
I came back home a couple days after that. John was like whipping that joint up myself.
Yeah, God, yeah.
Those foods make me sleepy. Heavy roots, really heavy foods make me sleepy. I like lighter foods if I want to keep my energy up for the day.
Yeah.
As far as physically, like what inspires you? What inspires you to continue to eat the right foods physically?
Health and longevity.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Going back to one of my traits that I might need to dial back on, control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because see, food, God, think about food. I mean, there's so many emotions that come with it. It's like you might have had, I remember one time when I was in elementary school, we went to Jamestown. And that was my first time seeing a squash.
Yeah.
And I got 2 of them. Took them back to my great-grandmother's house that day. Man, she whipped them Jones up. And I ain't never had a squash that tastes like that, the way I don't know what she did to it, but it was just like, so when I eat a squash, emotionally, it's traveling down these channels. And it's like, Grandma Robinson. You know what I'm saying? So food is it's an emotional thing that comes with food. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you have to look at it and say, well, I need to have control over that emotion. If I don't have control over that emotion, then I could end up overeating something that does not agree with my physical composition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I got this, that, and the third going on. And I don't want to spend my money on those hospital bills. I'm going to be honest. That's not what I want to spend my bread on. Not that.
Yeah, it's too much.
Man. So health and longevity is an inspiration. When I'm 70 or 80, I think about how I want to exist. I don't want to have my body aching. I want to be able to move, get up, just move around just like this. My knees work. You know what I mean? I can make moves. That's what I desire for myself. So that inspires me to at least give it attention.
Yeah. I would say that as well. Health and wellness, and then it's just like the bonds, like you was talking about with your grandmother, like the bonds that you create over food, because it's like when you can cook for someone and they enjoy your cooking, they enjoy your food, like that's a love language.
Yes,
that you're speaking and having that love language conversation over the food. That's why, like, as Black people in America, like when it's time to like have a cookout, a barbecue, some type of party, we're just like, all right, who making the macaroni? I mean, who whipping up the mashed potatoes? Who making the chicken? Who's on the grill? Like if you don't got the Grill Master 3000 shoes on,
The Grill Master 3000.
Don't get on that grill because we don't trust you. Like you ain't earned that spot.
Bad boys.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
trying
think
to make my
it's crazy,
chicken.
too. I think it's cool too because it's like, even though we've been conditioned to eat the wrong foods for so long, we have a foundation of love that, if transmuted correctly, can be conducive to our cipher. Like you said, coming together for the barbecues, everybody bring a dish. At the foundation of that, that's just communing.
Yes.
And that's what we need to do more, but in a more healthy manner.
Right.
Instead of mac and cheese, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, bring the squash, bring the medley, you know what I'm saying? Somebody bring fruits, somebody bring vegetables, everybody's responsible for bringing the healthy dish versus bringing one that's going to give you the itis, you know what I'm saying? Or bringing one that's going to bring you to sleep, you know what I'm saying?
High blood pressure.
Yeah, I think that's like the same with information too. You could say it the same for mental foods, you know what I'm saying? Don't come around here bringing no bullshit, bringing something that's going to uplift us or something that's going to challenge us to be better people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of coming around with the same drama or gossip, talking about other people, like, it's like I said, we got the foundation. It's just, how do we get our people to go from eating the wrong foods to eating the right foods,
You said something just now, and I think the key to it is, it's like when you was talking, it's like the medicine in the candy, so to speak. Whereas the glue is the love transference, but it's on top of it is being mixed with bad food.
Right.
So it's like you keep the love transference of coming together around food. You just change the food that's on the table. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's where it's also so tricky at too.
Yeah,
because if that love is attached to that wrong food that grandma or auntie or somebody made that ain't no longer here no more, I got to taste that.
Right.
Or when I taste that, the nostalgia that comes with it, it's such of a, that's what makes it such of a tricky space to unlock,
Right.
so to speak. Particularly with people who have, are older or that have been living a while. Somebody that's a child, you can already condition them off the rip to train their palate to like certain foods, because it's a training of the palate. That's why people, I notice when they're trying to, when they say, I find it interesting when a parent says, my kid don't like that. I get what they're saying. I get it. But I also recognize that there was a training that took place, which is why the kid ain't liking that.
Right.
It was something that, so I get what's going on.
Yeah.
And, I get that space, but it's like the palate needs to be retrained.
Yeah.
And if you ain't buying nothing in this house, kid,
Facts.
got to eat this.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that it's tricky though. I understand
Yeah,
that. I get it.
It's a it's a gradual thing,
Right.
because it's like we all seen the movie Soul Food,
Right.
and like
He threw up on the pig. Eat your soul food?
Soul Food.
What about it?
Like how it's going back to like the communion and
Right.
because the grandma, like when she passed,
Yes.
everybody was wanted to come back together, but it was just
Right.
like, man, Big Mama gone,
Because she
So
was
it's
eating
like,
that food.
yeah,
Eating that wrong food.
She had to get her leg amputated because she had I think it was high
gout?
blood.
It was
Yeah,
gout
it
or
was
high
gout.
blood, yeah.
It was something like that. And it messed my man. What was my man name? Ahmad.
Yeah.
Messed him up.
All the way up, man.
He's like, Big Mama wanted me to get y'all over here so we can have y'all always arguing. He was fucked up because
Yeah.
grandma.
Yeah,
because
gone.
she was the
glue.
the glue.
Yeah.
That love foundation that everybody communed and came around was like, once she was no longer an equation, like who was the next matriarch or patriarch in the family to be like, all right, I got us, so we can move forward. But it was just like no one was willing to, or I'm not gonna say no one was willing to step up into that space, but it's like the one that was willing to step into that space, everyone had their little issues with her and just like, nah, I don't think you should be in control of how we operate and things like that. Big Mama didn't appoint you and all these different things. So there was like no system of governance within the family to progress.
Yeah. And that's the wrong foods.
Yeah.
Like we don't, not having a system of operation in different areas of our activities. And so in that movie, it was funny because Ahmad himself actually becomes the glue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Little did you would have ever thought it would have been him. Right. He actually.
And that in and of itself is like a wrong thing to put a child into that position.
Facts.
Because it's like
That was a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. They don't really have all the technical nuance of like who fits here, who fits there, and it's just too much.
Right. He was doing his thing in the movie though.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
definitely
Yeah,
he was
he
a
was.
manipulating nigga. He was manipulating all them.
He ain't really have much
The
choice.
I get it.
Because he was just like, all right, how can I get everybody? How can I do this without setting off any type of alarm?
Yeah.
Right.
And putting people on notice beforehand.
Right. He killed it. He did a good job.
Yeah, so we had to do all his little observations, like, okay, so this is what my mom's doing, this is what my auntie doing here, this is what my auntie doing over here, this is what my uncle doing over here. All right, let me see, like, what's all the connective strings to web it all in.
And that's crazy. It's kind of like he hacked their program.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, I see what y'all doing. You know what? I'm going to use this to get y'all together. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that. Yeah, for a kid that young to do that, that's like, damn, like, and out of love, out of the love for his big mama, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm doing this for her. Fuck all y'all, the rest of y'all, how y'all feel. Because when we get together, all the bullshit that y'all not getting together for is going to be null and void, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's not null and void, it's going to get hashed out. But I need y'all together for this one common cause, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, the Young God's character in that joint was profound when they wrote that character out. It was pretty deep stuff.
Facts. And even go back to the reprogramming, like you said, a lot of us got to reprogram our minds around these foods too. Because, you know, as a kid coming up, when you seen greens, you was like, greens. Like, you know what I'm saying? it just wasn't a popular thing. Little do we know that's the basis to keep our bodies healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even at your crib, God, when you made the medley, like me, I like my onions diced up. You know what I'm saying? I like my peppers diced up certain ways. So it's like you had your joint chunky, but I was like, all right, I'ma still eat it. You know what I'm saying? I'ma still eat the medley. You know what I'm saying? And that joint was smacking. I cleared the plate. You feel me?
I had 3 plates.
You feel me? I had 2, but it was like I had to reprogram my mind. Like even though this ain't how I like my onions, that don't mean that it's not good. You know what I'm saying? And just retrain my mind around the texture of things and the look and feel of things. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, as a kid, you always had that one vegetable that you ate and it would make you feel like you wanted to throw up or something. You feel what I'm saying? Like I remember one time I was at my grandmother's house, and you know you got the rule: if you don't finish your food, you can't get up from the table.
I had that rule too.
Yeah, it was some greens on. It was some spinach on the joint. I was like, oh no, it wasn't spinach. It was cabbage. And I was just sitting there looking at it. I said, oh no, bro. When I tell you I sat at that table till the sun went down, bro, it was like 8:39 p.m. I said, bro, I'm not eating this. I can't.
That's crazy.
Bro.
Like Crooklyn.
Yeah.
My man
like,
with the peas.
For real, because it's just like, as a kid, I'm just like, ugh, like, what is this? Like, you feel me? Like when you watch cartoons, you see that shit, you be like, man, the kids didn't really like no greens and nothing like that. They always used to be like, and throw them out. You feel me? We always like the sweet stuff and the candy and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like changing your program and programming your mind to be open to try these new things and be open to try these new foods as well. You know?
Yeah, it becomes difficult to do that too. Like if you are someone that is growing up on food that comes out of a box, out of a can, out of a bag, you know, when you actually go, and I've seen it too, where people like they'll be at a grocery store shopping and it's like they whole cart is like filled to the top. No fruits and vegetables in that joint. It's just like all the sugar cereals, all the sugar snacks, all the assorted bags of chips,
all the food colorants.
Yeah, all of that stuff. And like all of these things have all these addictive additives into it. So it's like when you introduce them to, some cabbage, some carrots, some rutabaga, things like that, they're like, man, what is that, man? Give me a Capri Sun. Give me
that jammer,
give me the Swiss roll.
I don't need fruit. Give me a fruit roll up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or what's the fruit cup? Let me get the fruit cup.
Yeah, with all the high fructose corn syrup and all of that stuff. It's just like it's just wild. And
with you saying that, it's like, why is all of that stuff in food?
And
why do they put all these additives and these preservatives and this stuff? What is its purpose and function?
Keep us blind, deaf, and dumb to ourselves.
It's all addiction.
Yeah,
because like I learned during the pandemic, and this is when I stopped eating any food with high fructose corn syrup. I was watching a bunch of doctors on YouTube, and then I was doing my own research, like tabs on it, like bunch of tabs open on the laptop, and I was just going there because it was talking about vitamin D, and then it was like this one doctor was talking about like how the correlation between high fructose corn syrup and vitamin D, and with high fructose corn syrup, it actually prevents your body from making vitamin D.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So from that, and then of course, I backed it up with, my own research just to be like, is this for real? And then I was reading a bunch of peer review articles and things like that. You can read them, find them on like scholar.google.com, things like that. And I was like, wow. I was like, no wonder so many people are vitamin D deficient.
Yeah.
And you need vitamin D because it's actually part of your immune system to keep you from being sick. But it's like when you can keep people sick, then you can control the flow of like how their finances are and what they do and how they operate, because they're constantly coming from a sick mentality versus a wellness mentality. Because during that time I was living in Japan, and I used to go get acupuncture all the time, because the clinic, to get some acupuncture there, it was like $10. I was like, man,
hell
go ahead
yeah.
and boop, boop, boop.
Stick me up.
Yeah, all the pins everywhere. Let me go ahead and get this acupuncture. But it's like here in America, man, acupuncture gonna run you like $80 to like $130.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's not covered by health insurance because it's alternative medicine. So it doesn't fall under the guise of Western medicine.
Practice.
And so yeah, man, it's addiction, man. It's population control.
No, it definitely is population control, because why would you want all that in your foods? You know what I'm saying? And it's getting to a point, because it's like, it's only in America for real, mainly. Like, I mean, of course, some foods overseas, they have, the wrong, like, they're made wrong with unhealthy ingredients, but like, it's mainly us, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things that get approved over here don't get approved in other countries,
Yeah.
And the shit is crazy, bro. And it's like, once you see what's in these foods, it shocks you. It's like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, also I understand, like, our people are put on a crunch. Like we said, time. The hustles and bustles of life make it so people want shit quick.
Yeah, convenience.
Feel me? Yeah. So you're gonna, it's cheap and it's quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the? It's like you can't have three things at once. Like, cheap, fast, it can't have the quality. Or it's like, if it's cheap, fast, it can't be good. If it's good and it's fast, it can't be cheap. If you have two, you can't have the other third. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, with our lives and the way society pulls us and to where we have no time, everybody wants things cheap and convenient. Even if it's not good for them, it's like, well, it satisfies the hunger for right now. Not knowing that you killing yourself on down the line. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like when we think about when we look in our communities, our neighborhoods, like we live in food deserts.
Facts.
And
Piggly Wigglies.
I mean,
There you go, man.
And that's something like I really took note of when I was reading the Hood Health Handbook by Supreme Understanding. If you haven't read that book, I advise you check it out. It's 2 volumes, volume 1 and 2, the Hood Health Handbook by Supreme Understanding. Good read. Shout out to the God.
Peace to the God.
Peace.
And but it was like, wow. But it's like in our communities, we have convenience stores and fast food.
Convenience.
If you actually cook your food, it ain't fast. It ain't convenient. That is a timely process, because you like, all right, I gotta let this season, I gotta let it, simmer, all these different things. I gotta put the seasonings in it, gotta taste it, make sure, it's right for my palate.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing fast about cooking food. But like when you can, quickly go to McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, all these different things, and all these foods are coming out of a freezer. Because when I was in high school, I worked in Taco Bell, but when they became Yum brand, it was Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFC.
Yeah.
And so I worked at all three, and I seen how these things were prepared. Because I'm having to go get the meat out of the freezer, throw it in the warmer with the hot water, and then cut the bag open, dump it in the little pan, and slap that on a tortilla. And I'm just like,
powdered ice cream.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? I'm like, this is slop. This ain't food.
It ain't real food, man.
But it's just something to keep you going.
Keep you going.
That's all. That's all it is. Just something to keep you going. It's not anything that's going to sustain you in the long term. That's all it is.
To keep you going long enough to drain and suck more of your blood.
Yeah.
Just to keep him going, just keep him alive just a little bit so I can suck some more of his blood off.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about the children, with the programming of the children, with the when you see the cereal boxes with the cartoons on it, this is all a program to get the child out of the control and dominion of the parent. It's a dark, manipulative situation that happens through advertising and marketing, and I really think that it's also the wrong foods the wrong food that it produces is anti-family, actually, because it's designed fast food. You're out in the go, convenience store. Everything is because you're out in the go. It's designed to keep you outside of the home. So it's a small weapon that's very subtle, to kill family communion.
Yeah.
It's a very subtle weapon, and on that level too, which also makes it the degree of wrong food on another level as well. And it's it's very subtle to see, but it takes place.
Yeah, because in saying that, because it's like if you're constantly eating fast food, that one time your parent does want to cook you some, the child's like, I don't want that.
You ain't having it.
I want Pizza Hut.
Where the Happy Meal at?
I want McDonald's. I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese for the cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Now Chuck E. Cheese.
So now Chuck E. Cheese now Chuck E. has more dominion over your children than you have over them.
And Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got emotion over it, bro. Like, especially when you see kids that's unhealthy, bro. You tell them, nah, we not going there.
It's a
like,
wrap,
I've
bro.
seen clips on Twitter and on social media where kids would get upset that they won't get no McDonald's.
A whole temper tantrum.
Upset. A whole temper tantrum. Like, they ready to kill something, bro. Like, bro, it was funny as hell. It was one time, it was two brothers, older brother, younger brother, bro. And, the younger brother was, overweight. But the older brother ate the pizza that was in the fridge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, the younger brother came in his room with the knife, yo. Like, yo,
that's wild.
yo. He was in it, like, the older brother, us as black folks, because we know each other. So he's like, you really about to kill me over some damn pizza? It's like, man, put that damn knife away.
Right.
He's like, get your ass back in the kitchen, put the knife away. You know what I'm saying?
Bugging.
Like, but it's just like, damn, the fact that he was that emotional, like the kid was crying.
Right.
And then he was like, man, I told you that was my pizza. Why you had to take it? Like, it's crazy. That's what the guy was talking about with food and drug administration.
Right.
There's drugs in the food. You know what I'm saying? That's why you say we become addicted. And they teach us taste is the gauge of quality versus the actual composition of the food is the quality. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it tastes good, oh yeah, it's slamming, it's banging.
that.
We not caring if it's killing us on the inside, bro, because it's satisfying for right now. But over time, you keep doing that a repetitive amount of times, and you get in that habit. It's like, damn, they was feeding me crack this whole time, or they was feeding me something that was eating away at my body, but also making it to where if I try to do like sugar, if I try to get away from it, I'm gonna have withdrawals. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's hard, it's difficult for us because it's like I said, this lack of time puts us in those pockets to where if we're not mindful and cognizant of what we're eating, it could be a slippery slope, man.
Definitely. And it made me think about what we were saying on the last episode. We was talking about like, why don't black people like enjoy education? Because it's like when we look at food products, like how it's all marketed and advertised, they put all the entertainment on the front and on the side, and they put the education on the back. But the education is so small compared to the entertainment of the packaging. It's just like, all right, got the little Irish dude up there with the you got the jingle, he dancing, you got the little nice music. Like, I like the entertainment of it. But when you actually look at the little piece of education on the label, about 3/4 of the ingredients you can't even pronounce. Don't even know what they are. And if you start looking them things up, it's something as simple as Wikipedia. You just like titanium dioxide. That's part of a paint thinner. Why is this in my cereal?
Yeah.
But again, they mix it with all this other stuff, make it taste good. You thinking it's real food, but it's slowly poisoning and killing you. Putting all these little trace heavy metals in your organs. Next thing you know, like you got gout in your leg. Your foot swollen up. Your toenails and fingernails, they turning black. They being discolored because it's the subtle poisoning into your system. And that's why, again, like when you try to get off of that stuff, you going through withdrawal symptoms, trying to detox. And that becomes another layer of discomfort. And just like, you know what? I don't like how this feels in comparison to how you really feel when you wake up like, oh, my back, oh, my neck, oh, my knee. But it's just like you're not willing to stop eating the wrong foods because it becomes a area of a small area of discomfort that you don't want to live with in comparison to the discomfort that you know.
Yeah.
It's food, mental, physical, emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. It's all emotional manipulative.
Definitely.
Emotional manipulation. I see that. And you know, it actually makes it actually kind of contributes to my own the way I go about viewing the world.
Let the God cook.
No, this goes into how I deal with emotions, because I recognize it's always something that is it's always something that's emotionally manipulating you, consciously, unconsciously. And so by me, I recognize that at all times. And so certain things I kind of have like a natural detachment for. Now that may not necessarily all the time be the most healthiest, but to be in control or striving to be in control of not being overly affected by the manipulation, because it's going to affect you regardless. It's happening on all levels at all times.
Right.
But you seeing it, you say, man, how much energy I want to get at before it drags me under.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I recognize that what we're talking about now actually is what I was building. I was thinking, because I was thinking about that movie he was watching last night.
Yeah, American Psycho.
Yeah, the American Psycho movie. Now, I'm not a psycho. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think what happens in us living in America, we have imbalances. And these imbalances is what can create what they call mental illnesses or social disorders. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's when that particular trait goes overbalanced. That's when that joint turns into that. And so I think about that. I was like, we're being emotionally manipulated on multiple levels in the name of capitalism. How do you sit back and gauge that if you ain't got no army to go? And when I say army, I ain't necessarily talking about a physical fighting on, but we coming together to combat it. How you gonna deal with that?
Yeah, or just the army of information, the technical know-how to change your circumstances from what it is to what it can be.
Right. Yeah. And then even in that space, it's like, so this again where the control come into play. Because it's like, okay, you can do that with your household, but then your kid still got to go to school with other influences where that culture is not still being carried out. And children are very susceptible to pressure from other children. Yeah. And if we ain't all living the same culture, it could be some poison that's creeping into what you trying to build. Right. So it's like that joint still has a degree of limitation that it could go to, versus if we was having a more unified way of going about it.
Yeah, because I mean, and I know we've all experienced that in our growth and development. But as a father, I see that too. Like I can tell my children, all right, we don't eat Twix or Snickers, or like we don't eat that because of XYZ. But it's just like, and it's funny because it happened this past week. Like my daughters, they washing their clothes and stuff like that. They left their clothes in the dryer, and I'm just like, I gotta wash my clothes. So I go in the dryer, I pull out their clothes. Next thing I see, because they left it in their pocket, so now they got a crumpled up Three Musketeers wrapper and a Twix wrapper, and I'm just like, I was like, all right. But it's like I'm already knowing
you gonna do this.
Like you gonna do what you do. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not in the viewership of my mom, my dad, so it's just like I feel like I can get away with it.
Yeah.
So it was like I seen it, I was like, yep, I knew. And so I brought it to their attention. It was just like, that's not mine. I'm just like,
that's not mine.
Like, really?
So somebody gave you a wrapper.
Right.
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please. No question. Nigga, please.
And my youngest daughter be smooth with that too. She was like, "Oh yeah, my friend gave me this." I'm like, "Why is you allowing your friends to give you trash to throw away?" Like, girl, I'm not dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
That don't even sound logical. They don't even sound right or make sense.
Hold this wrapper for me.
Yeah, like that don't make sense. It'd be different. Like little dude from across the street, let me hold $1.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I'll hold $1 for sure.
Yeah.
But you want me to hold your trash?
Yeah, nah, I didn't see that.
You throw your own wrappers away.
I'm looking at you like, why would you do that?
Right.
I'm your father. I wouldn't even want you just doing that, period. Like, don't hold nobody trash. You know what I'm saying?
Then I'm looking at them, I'm like, who's whose child are you? Like, why are you holding trash?
It's the trash can right there.
Yeah, I know y'all got a trash can in y'all classroom, lunchroom. I know y'all do. Why you letting somebody else give you their garbage?
Right.
Nah, for real, man.
Influences of the world, huh?
I think to wrap up, like what are some ways we can encourage just people in general? What are some ways we can encourage them to eat for nourishment and not for entertainment or taste?
Study all of the people that you've cried over at funerals. Study them.
Dang, that's a jewel, God.
Study their lives. Study what took them off the planet. And you'll find your answer there.
That's peace.
That's a heavy one.
Yeah.
For me, I would just be like, study yourself. If you eat something and you become congested after eating it, take inventory of that. If you eat something and, next moment you over here doing one of these because your scalp dry, take inventory of that. And so, yes, study yourself and what you're eating, not just physically, but also emotionally. Like if you're around a certain individual and every time you get around them, you feel tired, you feel fatigued. They're always coming with some type of drama, always gossiping. Take inventory of that because they may not be conducive to what you're doing in your life. If the things that you're watching, makes you paranoid, makes you sad when you wasn't sad at first, take inventory of that because there may need to be some adjustments in your life that you need to make so you can become a better person or just have better maneuvers and notions in your life.
I see that. I would say, and I say this like figuratively, every mile starts with one step. So what I mean by that is like when you're striving to eat healthy and discipline yourself with eating the right foods, don't overload your plate or don't try to like go straight cold turkey. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like some people jump straight into it. It's like, yo, you could shock yourself and shock your body doing it that way sometimes. Sometimes all it takes is like, all right, for this day, I'm not going to eat this. You know what I'm saying? Then it turns into a week. Then it turns into 2 weeks. Then it turns into a month. But if you just start with that first day, just work on that first day first. Then start to do more. Don't try to be like, yeah, I'm going a month without doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's like smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually me weaning off of smoking weed, like, I do it every now and then, but like, as far as weaning off it to where I don't depend on it and I don't smoke as much, it started with a day. You know what I'm saying? I was not going to smoke today. Then I went to the next day. Then as I started to do it more and more, I didn't even realize it turned into 2 weeks. Then it turned into a month. Then I was like, okay, I got control over this now. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to set an audacious goal, especially when it comes to discipline, because, you overload your plate. Just take it one day, one step at a time.
That just sparked the thought. Self-respect leads to discipline. So it's like if there's certain aspects about yourself that you respect, set that boundary. Because once you have that self-respect, it's going to lead to the discipline that you want to have. So in the case of like if you want to wean off of a certain food or a certain stimulant, first have it in your mind. It's like, all right, I know this is not good for me in the long term. I love and respect myself enough to get off of it. I know it's going to take some time, some effort. So when you have that boundary set up for yourself, it's going to lead to the discipline that you need to have in that space.
That make me think. I would also add to look at your emotions objectively. Like a lot of times when we look at emotions, it's like we're putting a judgment on it.
Yeah.
I'm angry. It's negative. Or I'm sad. It's negative. No, emotions. Just look at the emotion, because the emotion itself is speaking. It's communicating something to you, but you don't need to judge it. So obviously, when you're going through these things, particularly with food, a lot of emotions are going to come up. Journal about them. Write them down. look at those emotions on paper and try to figure out what are they telling you in the deeper recesses of your psyche. So I would say that too.
Yeah, I agree.
That's peace. That's peace. Yeah, to wrap it up, man, I'm Allah Victorious.
I'm True Universal.
I'm Syncear.
And this is
When the Gods Build. Peace.